One day, Earl David was supposed to be going to Sawdude Construction, but instead he was told to take a coach to the line that connects Sawdude Construction and the rest of the line. Earl wasn't too happy about this. In fact, his driver had to come up to him and try and talk the scowl off of his face. "Why did we have to do this? Come on, Earl, cheer up. They're only a bunch of enthusiasts. Yeah, a bunch of bloody foamers." Suddenly, there was a very unfamiliar whistle. The ground started to rumble. And then pretty soon, a massive engine came. It was pulling a very small train. After the train passed, everyone got back in. And then Earl David had to take them all back home. He was very salty. And he means very bloody salty. Thank you. In fact, there was even a part where Earl David and the engine raced. Of course, Earl David won because he's a lot faster. Pretty soon, Earl David managed to get everyone back to Putnam. They all got off, and Earl David rolled away. Earl David shunted the coach into the goods yard, left it there, and puffed away to go do his work. One day, Earl David was hauling a short coal train. He was pulling into the goods siding. Suddenly, another train came and pulled up to the platform. Earl David exited the goods yard. And then he rolled up to the engine. The engine smiled. "Hello, I'm Birchgrove." "And I'm Earl David. What brings you here?" "Just a small rail fan tour." Ugh. Bloody foamers. The engine frowned. I guess he's just not one for rail tours." So then he puffed away. Birchgrove eventually pulled into Lower Sum, where he stared in surprise at Josephine. Josephine just smiled. What the... Thomas, is that you?" "Oh, silly." "It's Josephine, 105. "Oh, it sure is nice to see you again, Josephine." "I have to agree." "I have to go now, okay?" Okay, I'll see you later." So then Josephine puffed off with the local. Literally feet away. What the? He looks like Josephine, kinda. Well, I wouldn't say kinda. I mean, they do have a pretty good resemblance. I don't really know what to say on this matter. Me either. Let's just wait until later. At the sheds that night, Birchgrove was parked in the sheds with everyone else for the return journey tomorrow. The Flying Chicago wailed past. Within a moment's notice, Earl David's whistle echoed as he pulled up to the platform with the small goods train of 4 wagons. He then uncoupled from them and ran around the train. And then he went to the sheds. Then he stopped. And then he immediately reversed and went back down the line. At La Battery Harbor, Earl David pulled in and then rolled up beside Scribner, who was oddly taller than him. "Hi, can I sleep with you?" "Oh, of course you can. Just be careful. I'm a little existing in my sleep." "Oh, that's bloody terrible. I hope I can sleep the whole night. Anyways, good night." So then Earl David rolled into the shed. Scribner kept working, however. He didn't really care. When Earl David woke up, The yard manager had already given everyone jobs. Scribner was supposed to do some shunting. Bubba was also supposed to do some shunting. And Earl David was stuck with the mail train. Bloody hate this railroad. And so Earl David coupled to the train and pulled it away. Earl David finally pulled in with the mail. He pulled it up to the platform, and then after some time, pulled it away and pushed it into the yard. Ellis, Coach, Pannier, and Ned were all talking. "What are you buggers talking about?" "We're trying to get our jobs back." "Duh, I still got my job." "Nobody cares right now, Ned." "Oh, you see, man, they took our jobs, man." "I don't like it, man. They keep taking jobs and rearranging the schedule. That's bloody terrible. Why don't I join yous?" "I don't see why not." Then Ned left with his passenger train, and Earl David puffed off and got himself turned around. He then sat in line with them, and they waited. Hey fellas! I'm looking for some mail cars. They're supposed to be on Boris's train." "Well, who's Boris?" "You know, that big chap." "Oh, not that bloody engine." All you gotta do is just check the shed." Thanks." So then Mac left with the mail cars. "See, Earl David? I told you. Keeps on messing up the schedule." I have to say, that's pretty nerving of him. Oh, all he does is appeal to foamers. I have to agree on that. Just then, a diesel rolled in with what appeared to be the express. It had two different coaches. "I say, this is improper. What is a branch line coach doing on the express?" "That's what I'd say." Me too." "It looks like Josephine wasn't here this morning to shunt. I heard that she was double-heading with Birch Grove." "That makes no sense, man." "Gentlemen, what do you say about putting a stop to all this madness?" "I mean, I agree with that." "Yeah, me too." "Me three." "Well, gentlemen, you know what time it is." "It's riot time." "No, Coach. No. It's time that we talk to the controller." The next day, Ned was taking the local passenger train. When out of nowhere appeared Mac. The brakes squealed, but it didn't work. "Collision noises!" They had collided. It was a complete mess. Ned was everywhere. His coaches were everywhere. Mac was everywhere. And his freight cars were everywhere. It was miraculous at how only some people got injuries and everyone else was alright. In the works, Mac and Ned were deciding what caused it. "Well, I had to haul a lot more passengers than usual, so I had to go a bit faster. And I had to hold the mail for some reason, when I should only be at upper some yard. I wonder why that is." "I had Josephine's going on tour." "What? That isn't fair." "Yeah. Boris is only going on excursions." "That's not fair at all. The controller better put him to work, or else this railway might never work again." Then into the yard drove the high rail truck. The Battery Harbor station master came out and walked to the two engines. "Well, you two, it's been decided. That big tank engine fellow is going to work for us while the controller is away." "But where's he gone off to?" "To see his business partners." "That sounds about right." So you guys just stay here and relax, and yeah. So he walked back to the truck, and the truck went. Of course, he had already told everyone else, so everyone else was aware. At Labatry Harbor, Scribner would have worn a quite confused look if he could, but he doesn't have a face. At least, he looked quite confused when he saw such a large engine like Boris. What? Well, hello there. I'm Scribner. And I am Boris the Bulgarian Beast. It's nice to meet you. You think you can hold this freight train? Yes, I can do it. So then Scribner rolled back to his shed, and without any stress or strain at all, Boris immediately began to pull the train. It wasn't that long, to be honest. When Boris pulled into Lower Sum, he stopped at the platform. Coach and Ellis stared in awe. Oh my. Whoa. Hello there. I am Boris. Hello. It's nice to meet you, Boris. I'm Coach. Yes, I have heard about you. And I'm Alice, all the way back here. And it is nice to meet you too, Elise. I said Alice, not Elise, but whatever. I believe I will be staying here. Yeah, I think you're right. The station master said that you were staying here. Yes, I am looking forward to staying on British Rail. And then he puffed away. So I guess he's staying, Ellis. I guess so. It's pretty odd, right? I thought he was just visiting. Yeah, I heard that there's been a pretty bad wreck. Oh, that's right. Well, I hope he has a good stay. I think he's gonna have a great stay.